Earlier this year, an outbreak of rabies surfaced in the Eastern Cape. Since then, our local vets have been working tirelessly to ensure that it does not reach Makhanda.
Rabies is a very big worry for us in Grahamstown because we don't want any animals in this town to get rabies, and more importantly, we don't want any humans in this town to get rabies. Our approach has really been to give mass rabies vaccination campaigns in areas of the township.
We have been able to work closely with the state vet. Our main areas of interest are around the farming communities that surround game reserves, communities that surround farming lands, communities that surround existing clients of ours. The state has also asked us to help with some of the Grahamstown townships. Rabies is a real risk for them, so we're trying to get out into the communities.
To prevent the spread of rabies in Makhanda, we have mobilized rabies vaccination and campaigns and awareness campaigns. We have vaccinated the whole area of Makhanda and Dlambe, as well as Blue Crane. We target the rural areas as well as the location. The main aim is disease prevention, whether it's private or the state.
So all the private vets in Grahamstown, we've been working together. We've been vaccinating in and around Grahamstown community. We do have a meeting point where people will bring the animals, but we have ended up having to go from house to house looking for dogs to vaccinate.
But there's another problem. The stray animals are still in contact with wild animals, and that makes them vulnerable to rabies. To reduce the overpopulation of strays, many vets vouch for sterilization. But the lack of body fat and the exposure to worms, fleas and ticks in strays may give way to riskier sterilization procedures. My aim to feed the emaciated dogs is to help ensure successful sterilizations and essentially to reduce the overpopulation of strays.
It is such a stray problem, and it is a real concern of me, especially in the light of our rabies outbreak in Port Elizabeth, that we have so many stray animals in this town that are unvaccinated, unsterilised, not treated for common conditions. It does feel a bit like fighting a losing battle sometimes.
It's going to have to be a community effort, and we're going to have to focus on teaching people to take responsibility, because a lot of these animals that are stray or running in the streets are actually owned. But if we can get owners to take responsibility and see the weight of having to own an animal and what it involves, hopefully we can start making a difference.
Thanks to you guys about to give us just a message so that we can protect our dogs, including even us as well, because we didn't know about that disease.
We had gotten some complaints over the overpopulation of stray animals in Makhanda, but we had integration with SPCA in working out such cases, but now we haven't had any solution with that regard as yet.
So the Makhanda Vet Clinic, our aim is to sterilise. We sterilise everything and anything we can. But obviously our main focus is dogs, just because the dog population is so overwhelming at the moment, and it is truly a crisis. We have tried to start various sterilisation campaigns. We are specifically working in Sun City and the ghost town areas. Twice a week we go through, collect animals for sterilisation. We bring them here to the clinic, we sterilise them and then we return them.
Despite the efforts of the local vets to treat and sterilize needy dogs, the responsibility to protect pets still lies with pet owners. But what about stray animals?
All animals have 5 freedoms, including stray animals. There is freedom from hunger and thirst, so those stray animals are starved of that freedom. Therefore, they wander around looking for food. All animals have the freedom to discomfort. I believe those stray animals have experienced discomfort somewhere in someone's yard. All animals have a freedom to injuries, diseases. That's where we come from as a state vet. We treat such animals. We make sure that those animals are not deprived of that freedom. I would like to urge the public to also bring them to the state as well. We will be able to assist.